Happy birthday to you, yada yada blah blah blah.
Okay, this is the third time we're doing this stupid video. Something horrible has happened every time, and I'm angry.
It's an omen. We're not supposed to do this.
Probably not. Jay, the VC Wrestling, you won all this stuff. It's ridiculous. This is your first time seeing this, so I'm sorry. I'm so angry. But I'm bored with what I have to say. So,
here's your damn package. It's on the way.
Wait. We said some really witty things about, oh, you might get it in a month. Rah, rah.
Waka waka waka.
And I sang, happy birthday to you.
We're not singing the damn
as
song again.
Marilyn Monroe, and it was very cute, in my opinion. But we're not doing that this time. We've got to...
Does that mean I get 3 birthday wishes since but it's all been the same wish? But anyway.
Oh, no.
Not what you're thinking.
Okay.
Anyway.
Sorry, that was too much. So anyway, okay, so here's what we've said the last 2 times to start things off.
What am I? Oh, it's over here.
Videos. We haven't been doing videos regularly, and we're sorry. So Chris and I are not going anywhere.
No, we're not going anywhere. Don't scare the children.
We're not scaring them. So we will continue doing videos together. I will continue doing solo videos, which I got out of the habit of, but which is really the most up-to-date way to talk about stuff. And I enjoyed it, and some of you enjoyed it. Thank you for those of you who enjoyed it. So I'm going to try to get back in the habit of that. But until then, we're going to do a video right now.
Let's just mention a few things. We were going to do a nice big drawn-out thing. We're not going to do that now.
We're just going to talk about what has happened thus far, and then we'll talk about SmackDown, which to us hasn't yet happened, but it will have happened to you already. Go.
Let's start with Jericho being taken out of the 6-pack challenge. And since we've explained it to you, now you won't look like an idiot.
I'm glad our battery died. In our last video, I kind of got confused.
You look like an idiot. Anyway. There are now 5 men in the 6-pack challenge. So who is going to be the 6th man? Will it still be Jericho, or will it be somebody new? Will it be Morrison?
I don't feel it. I don't feel that it will be Morrison.
I don't either. But who then? Will, I can't imagine why anyone would be this stupid. Will the Miz use the
to get in?
To get in.
No. Very, very, very dumb.
That'd be stupid.
I think that. And
again, I know I've said this before, I'm going to say it again, I'm telling you, I think Night of Champions is the night. I think we see The Miz lose the U.S. title, and I think we see him lose the briefcase. He loses it all. I think they are setting him up big time to fail, and I think that's finally what's going to happen. It needs to happen.
And I agree wholeheartedly.
I love The Miz. I hate to say that, but he's grown on me like crazy, because he's just so good. He's like... some people are going to yell at me for saying this, but I think he's the Raw equivalent to what CM Punk is on SmackDown.
Okay. Very good.
He's that guy that's great on the mic. That young guy. Hate. Young guy.
Has, blossomed.
Yeah.
Remember Blossom? Remember that show, the girl with the big nose?
Yeah. What was her name?
She gained a lot of weight.
Joey Lawrence was on that show.
Oh, Joey Lawrence.
Whoa.
Let me say very quickly about John Morrison. I was pleased that Morrison beat Jericho in the match. They're great in the ring together, but I think I keep waiting for Morrison to blossom. There's that word again. Remember Blossom, little girl, big nose? She gained a lot of weight. So anyway.
No one knows what we're talking about.
Oh, yeah, you're right, they don't. Anyway, I would love to see Morrison involved in a feud, in a good feud. I think it's time.
That's been his that's a problem with a lot of guys on Raw. Like, I would say Bourne, DiBiase, Morrison, they're not involved in a feud. And I think that match with Jericho was setting one up. And I think that's a great
And I think Morrison is in the place where he can...
And maybe that's what Jericho wants to do. Maybe Jericho's like, okay, I'm on my way out. I really want to set someone else up.
Maybe.
Morrison is the man he chose.
Let's pray that he's not on his way out. I still think he has enough to offer.
I hope he's not.
Yeah, I think Morrison is the rare superstar, maybe The Miz and Morrison, that could graduate, that could feud with a main eventer and be ready, Mid-Carter, ready to go up. So I hope that works out. Or Miz versus Morrison. If Miz goes down in flames Night of Champions, I think Morrison could pick up the pieces in his own special way.
I think we can see that happen.
Sounded a little dirty, but okay. Moving on. What did you? Okay, go right to town.
Okay. You want to? What do you want to talk about the fact that the Miz and Daniel Bryan are facing each other for the U.S. title at Night of Champions?
I just kind of feel like the setup has been a little too truncated.
See, I disagree.
To my taste.
I think it hasn't been perfect, but I think it's been good.
Yeah.
It's what it is because of, let's say, Danielson's ability on the microphone. He's not, let's face it, he's not very charismatic.
I would disagree. Okay. Bryan isn't the type that just brims with excitement and personality. But on the mic, I think he is very good. What were you just doing?
It was me pointing at myself.
Oh, I thought you were pointing at me.
In agreement. No, not you.
Thank you. I'm sorry. Anyway, anytime I've seen Daniel Bryan on the mic, I have been impressed.
He's good. I mean, he's not great, but he does what he needs to do.
Right. He's not the type that is I know you disagree. A John Cena who comes out exciting, who gets on the mic exciting.
John Cena's just annoying.
Again, you and most of the people watching agree with that. But back to Daniel Bryan. I have been impressed with his promos. I wasn't impressed with his promo or with Miz's this past Monday night. I
thought the conclusion of that when Riley came out and Danielson put him in that. What's the name of that hold? It's not the crossface. No, it's not. It's not the cross. It's something else. It's like a modified version of it. Anyway, I thought that was brilliant because he was just sitting there, just egging Miz on, and he wouldn't get in the ring.
I think Alex
I thought it was
Riley.
Brilliant.
Okay.
There was a match between Melina and Alicia Fox that was very brief. Who is Melina going to face at Night of Champions? They still haven't decided yet. Who do you think she should face? Who do you want to see her face? Because me personally, I just say give her the belt now.
Well, wouldn't she? She would have to either face LayCool or Layla.
Technically, it would be Layla, because technically Layla is the champion.
Ooh, now that might be interesting. She faces Michelle, wins,
and it's not,
and then it's not official.
Not official.
Ooh, guys, creative, are you listening? Stamford, hello, Stanley.
They don't watch.
I know. Anyway,
Michael Hayes' mother watches.
That would be a way.
Never.
What? Oh no, she doesn't even watch.
She doesn't watch it.
She probably doesn't know what the computer is.
Man.
I saw her today. I almost went. Long story short.
Okay, and then there was a match between. There were two matches between Edge and the Great Khali. Both were a complete waste of time. And again, yeah. I think me and Michael Cole were the only two people that caught that the Great Khali eliminated himself. I'm sorry. He walked over the top rope, thus eliminating himself. Is that not accurate?
Can I say something I was just thinking? Maurice. I'm getting sick of her. I'm sorry. Okay, moving on.
Okay. It's kind of random.
I'm just hoping, before I realized that the whole LayCool thing, I was thinking what diva would face Melina. I hope it's not Malice, because Malice is getting old.
There. Well,
she's got hair extensions or something, and it just bothers me.
Okay, and then, of course...
Are you brushing off my insight? Go ahead.
No, Orton beat Wade Barrett, which I think was perfect. I think, it was a good...
Now, what do you say to the detractors, and there are several people who have commented, Orton is becoming the new Cena, the new Triple H, the new unbeatable golden child. There seems to be an RKO that ends, well, there were about half a dozen of them this week.
Well,
does this bother you? Why doesn't it bother you?
Not yet.
Okay. All right.
There may come a day when it does bother me, but right now it doesn't bother me, because it's still fresh.
Yeah.
People like things that are fresh. Have we talked about this? They like new. They like fresh.
Obviously, if people are commenting, they're already seeing comparisons to things that are stale that bother us.
Yeah. I don't know. So that essentially is what happened on Raw. There were other things in... Justin Gabriel held his own against Cena, and of course lost. We all knew he would. But, he managed to hold him off for a while.
He is South African.
No.
Really? No, he's African. So
450 splash.
I'm saying if he loses too much, this is racism. Easily. These African Americans are...
You did not discuss. Alright, so let's just briefly mention SmackDown since we're not going to watch it.
Okay, so what yeah. So this is spoilers. Again, we're commenting on stuff, on the results that we've read.
Okay. Essentially, the first match of the night is Jack Swagger against MVP. I have seen nothing from this feud. According to this, Swagger beat MVP.
I'm having trouble. Oh, I didn't see it last week.
What do you think of the whole... Swagger has fallen so far, so fast.
So far, so fast. I think the thing about Jack...
I don't know whether, you know, you should look at it from that perspective, or are they trying to boost MVP back up?
I think it's both. Actually, I think they're trying to boost both back up. They know they made a mistake with Swagger too much too soon. MVP is somebody that they screwed up by letting flounder. So, I think they're trying to keep Swagger in the picture either because someone believes in him or because somebody doesn't want to admit that they were wrong by giving it to him too soon.
People do that. The next match of the night was Alberto Del Rio versus Matt Hardy. Del Rio defeated.
Go to WWE.com. Look at the pictures of the video game likenesses of the different superstars, and look at Matt Hardy, and if you don't burst out laughing, I will send you $5.
But Del Rio won the match by putting him in that, what are we going to call that hold? We need to give it a name.
Arm bar?
The arm bar. No,
bar on your arm?
We have something much more clever for it, but we won't do that, because children watch these videos.
And they're so pure and innocent, these internet-savvy children. They know nothing of...
The next match was Drew McIntyre versus Caval. McIntyre beat Caval.
McIntyre. Oh. Let me say something that was on the video that just got interrupted. What do you think? Now, Chris hates this.
I do.
In fact, I told it to him and he said, nah. And then I told him to it moments ago and he was like, ah! Chris, I said, what if Caval uses his title opportunity, pairs himself with The Miz, and goes after the tag team titles? Would that not be perfect in a way? Caval, Danielson, did I say that already? I said The Miz. Whatever I said, Bryan Danielson and Caval as tag team champions. It would be so happy, make so many indie fans so happy. What do you think? Chris hates it.
Yeah, exactly. It would, but it did. I mean, who with a shot at the WWE, or I guess the World Heavyweight Championship, since he's on SmackDown, who with a shot at that title is going to use it on the tag title?
But who with a brain is going to see Wade Barrett get screwed over by being put in a six-pack challenge and say, hey, I've got a shot, a one-on-one shot?
Are they going to do that? But they're obviously not doing that on SmackDown, so it's different.
It's not different.
It is. It's different.
Okay, moving on.
Moving on.
McIntyre beats Caval. Which, by the way, okay, I will comment on that. Give the guy a win, all right?
Exactly.
Okay.
He just won. You know your little darling show NXT that you guys are so proud of. He just won it, and then you're gonna...
I will not be watching Season 2 of NXT. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna say it. I'm just gonna lay it all out there. Season 3. I'm not gonna be watching Season 3.
See, he doesn't even know what season they're on.
That's 3.
NXT. No.
I'm sorry. I might read some things, but I don't.
Gilbert, I know you're loving it, but we're not.
Do you people know Gilbert Blaze? Look him up. We talk about him seemingly every video.
Every video we do.
So that's who we're talking about. Gilbert Blaze. He's a good guy. He's a big fan of women's wrestling. Okay, moving on.
Yeah. Next match was Kofi Kingston and Chris Masters defeated Ziggler and Guerrero. Chavo Guerrero, not Vicky Guerrero. They're obviously.
I'm thinking of horrible.
They're obviously setting up one more match between Kingston and Ziggler.
Which you think is not a
title? Yeah.
Okay, Masters and Guerrero. Masters, nah. Sorry. Guerrero. I like Chavo.
He's a good, in-ring performer.
Okay. Fair enough.
He is. He's fair.
Well, I'm always pleased to see him, and it bothers me a little bit that he's kind of not used heavily. Yeah. But I think hopefully they're taking a break with him. They'll bring him back for something maybe soon. But
the final match of the evening
was
The Undertaker and CM Punk. Taker beat Punk. And then went to do his whole, thing where he gets down on one knee, sticks his tongue out, the lights come down, and Kane's pyro goes off. Kane starts laughing. That's how they end the show.
Okay, what's the deal with Joey Mercury? Tell me, quick.
do you mean to do with Joey?
Is he injured?
Supposedly he's out for like 6 months. Supposedly they're splitting the straight edge society up. They're going to split them up.
You talk about a guy.
I think it's terrible. Because they, and again, I'm telling you, and I know I just said this about The Miz, Punk is gold on SmackDown. He is gold. You give that man a microphone, and he goes.
But was not the straight edge society dead weight? Have I made this statement before?
They are, but they're not being used properly. If they used them properly, you know, like giving, you know, Serena, I'm not saying give her the women's championship, but let her compete for it. And then have Gallows and Mercury. They were obviously grooming them for a tag team run, but, you know.
Yeah, I just don't feel like they were... Did I say bubbling? Have I mentioned that already? Blossoming. You remember Blossom, girl with a big nose? She gained a lot of weight. Perfect! We're putting that in the clip reel. So anyway, I don't think they were brimming with personality like you would want a stable to be.
Yeah, they were. None of them was, you know.
I don't know that Mercury, I don't know if we had a chance to really see him, but that's just...
I feel bad.
Yeah, really bad. Really bad. Poor guy. Okay, that's all we're going to talk about right now. So we'll see you all very soon. Adios.
Peace.